So here we are at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium for this four-day game between Bangladesh A and India A. It's the end of day 3. It's been a tough old day in the field, I'd say, for Bangladesh. India A made 562 in their first innings, and Bangladesh batting second are 30 for 2 after 49 overs. But I've got a fantastic guest with me to talk about the day's play and indeed his kind of impressions on Sylhet. We're also going to talk about the two fantastic one-day internationals that have taken place over the last few days. He is Mr. Hasan Mahmudul Joy.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
Just looking at this game, first of all, I mean, what are your impressions of, firstly, the Indian attack and, your general impressions of the first 3 days?
Yeah, they have really good team. India played lots of game. We also played lots of game. So about this game, we are little behind because we couldn't play well in first innings. They put some pressure on us. We couldn't carry long innings, so they are in front of us now. So we are trying. One more day is coming, so we are trying to draw on the game.
So yeah, that's obviously the game plan, is just try to bat out for the next day. Obviously that India innings, 562 all out. I think they batted for well over 130, 140 overs. It must have been very tough in the field all that time fielding.
Yeah, it's tough for us because it's 140 overs field and came to 10 minutes to bat on. It's tough. They put really big total in his score, so we are trying to draw on the mess.
Sure, and just a little bit about the pitch, the conditions. So people often think international games in Bangladesh are played on very slow, low wickets that might not be very batting friendly. But obviously we've seen the two scores in this game. There's been over almost 800 runs scored in 3 days. So obviously it must be a pretty good batting track.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's slow wicket here. It's pretty good to bat on because scoreboard tell the story, so it's pretty good to bet on.
Sure. And in terms of your personal form, obviously didn't kind of get to scores that you would have liked to, but are you generally feeling quite good? Do you feel your game is in good shape?
Yeah, I thought I was in good shape, but I couldn't carry too long innings, but I trying to.
Sure. And in terms of the Indian attack, so there's some first class sort of bowlers that you were up against, the likes of very experienced Umesh Yadav, for example, played Test cricket and lots of international cricket. Was there any particular bowlers that you found quite difficult to face?
I don't think so. They have pretty experienced bowler, but I trying to face them because I have a series against India in Test, so this is good practice for me.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, you are in that Test squad, so yeah, all the best if you make the team, and all the best for those two tests. But focusing, back to this game, and in terms of we talked about the pitch and the conditions here at Sylhet. But yeah, talk to us about the actual surroundings, the stadium. I know lots of people regard this stadium as the most picturesque, the most beautiful stadium in the whole of Bangladesh. I mean, what does it feel like to you to play here?
Yeah, I feel very good because the weather and the stadium was looking so nice. To view was so beautiful.
Absolutely. I mean, I've spent a few days in Dhaka and I just landed in Sylhet today, and it's so much cooler. You feel it instantly, a nice kind of breeze when you're here in Sylhet. So let's look back then at the two one-day games, I mean, absolutely thrilling one-day games. I'm sure you were watching them on. Well, you probably only watched the last few hours after
Yeah,
play finished for you. But two fantastic one-day games, which Bangladesh obviously won both of them. They won the first one by 1 wicket. I mean, it was a fantastic last wicket partnership there between, as we all know, man of the moment, Mahmudul Hasan Joy, and of course Mustafiz. And in that second game again, Mahmudul Hasan Joy came to the fore, 100 not out off 83 balls. And although Rohit Sharma gave a good scare at the end, of course, Bangladesh ended up winning that by 5 runs. But, I mean, what were your impressions of those two games? And just, there was so much there to talk about.
yeah, obviously, because I appreciate Mehdi Hasan Miraj by the way he played. It's unbelievable. And the India team was top of the world class team, so if we beat them, this is really good for us, because next year is World Cup India, so we beat India, so we have some confident game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, confidence is such a huge thing, isn't it? I mean, you have got the test series, Bangladesh have got the test series coming up. I'm sure it'll probably give Bangladesh some confidence just going into that test series as well. But as you say, the World Cup isn't far away. It's about sort of 12 months away. But, Miraj's batting, we all know how capable he is with the bat. He's obviously got a test century, so we know that he can bat. But, were you surprised to see him bat so well in those two games?
No, I can't surprise, because I saw him. He batted really well, but uh, our supporters surprised because he couldn't play much better than this. So that's why everyone think Miraz can capable to bat, and he played really well.
He certainly did, and I mean, that both innings were brilliant in their own way. But just focusing on sort of yesterday's game, I'm sure you sort of saw the last few hours of that India run chase. I mean, we all thought that when India were about sort of 6 down, I think they were 4 down for about 60, and then Shreyas Iyer came together, played a very good innings, kind of got them back into the game. But then when Rohit Sharma came in at number 9 with a bad sort of thumb, we thought that, the game was kind of done. But, it just goes to show that you can never sort of say that any one-day game is won, or any limited overs game is won, until the very last ball.
Yeah, I watched the game yesterday. Rohit Sharma played really well, but Mustafiz Bhai also bowled too good. The 48th over he bowled in maiden, so there's the turning point of the game. But Rohit Sharma played really well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's talk about Mustafiz just briefly. I mean, yeah, you're right. It was a brilliant 48th over, and then we all know what happened in the 49th over, where unfortunately Rohit was dropped a couple of times. Mahmudullah was the bowler, wasn't he, who bowled the 49th over? But then, as you say, Mustafiz to come in to bowl that last over, defending 20 runs. It's such a tough job to do. You've got to have so much experience, so much confidence to pull it off. But obviously, you've played a lot with Mustafiz. He must have quite a cool, calm head on his shoulders.
Yeah, I know him. He's really cool guy. He handled the situation really well. So that's it.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time, and all the best for the Test series, as we said, and all the best for the future. Thank you very much.